how it's supposed to feel.
Hello everyone, and thank you again for joining today. We'll be testing two business products, which will be Cisco Secure Client or Endpoint Protection, and we'll be testing Checkpoint Endpoint Security. So with Cisco on the left, this is our little UI, not much on the end user side. This gives you update, advance, and then the statistics, and that's about it. On the Checkpoint side, we have a little bit more of a modern UI. So these are the modules that you can select and install and manage. And you'll notice that anti-malware is disabled. So to save a bit of time in the test, I've already disabled anti-malware and extracted the malware as well. From here on, we can do an update. I'd just like to point out that the update database takes extremely long to update. I'm not exactly sure why. And to kind of collaborate with this as well, I did do like a quick Google search, and on Checkpoint's forum, I did manage to get this article. Someone in 2022 also complained that it takes forever, almost a day, and things like that. I can't find in the portal where to download the definitions manually. I've looked for it, maybe I'm missing it, but I tried to look for it, I can't find it. So we'll just keep that in mind. But the definitions did update earlier this afternoon, so definitions might be a couple of hours out of date. So we'll just obviously keep that in mind when we look at the final results. Now with the Cisco, so this is their dashboard. So we've got our endpoint here, which gives you the basic information of the endpoint. If we go to policies, I created a malware test policy. The only thing that's a bit annoying is this transition between the white and the dark theme. It's kind of a bit annoying. And for me, it looks a little bit dated as well. It doesn't look so modern. So yeah, so this is the policy. We'll obviously re-enable all the protection on this side. We've got two exclusions. So these are the default exclusions that it does with Windows. And then I created one exclusion, which is our malware script. Okay, so that's our malware script. And then it's got outbreak control. So these are the settings for outbreak control, device control, product updates every hour. These are our advanced settings. And obviously the Cisco does not have this issue as Checkpoint. It updates fairly quickly. When we go to our computers, so you'll notice that I've got a desktop here in the malware test group. So that is our test machine. Now with the Checkpoint dashboard logging, so this is how it looks like. So this is Harmony Endpoint. Then they've got all the other sub modules where you do XDR, MDR, SIM, and all of that. So Harmony is what we're going to test today. Then you've got CloudGuard and all of the other little modules. Gives you like an overview of what is installed on the endpoint. So this is our endpoint, and it's enrolled into the malware groups policy. So we're going to go to our policy. We're going to enable the protection here as well. Okay, so this is our malware test policy. Okay, so I'm going to say prevent on that one. I'm going to enable all of this because we're going to start the test in any case. So under advanced settings, download protection, credential protection, threat emulation, general. So treat as malware, quarantine file of cure, signatures, so every hour. Scans, we set to no, because we don't want scans during the test. Okay, so it's under advanced, so behavioral protection, anti-bot, we're going to say enable, prevent. So under advanced, so we're going to say hold the connection until it's, let's say prevent here as well. Behavior guard, so it's on, anti-ransomware. Okay. protection mode is always. We're going to say on. We're going to say always. And under advanced. So that's pretty much that. File quarantine is always. Okay, so we're going to say save and install. This also takes a little bit of time. It's not really as fast as all the other solutions that I've tested. It takes a while to save, and then it needs to then deploy it to the endpoint. So as you can see, it does take a bit of time. Okay, so we're going to say install. Okay, now with Cisco, we're going to jump back to the policies on that end. While we wait for the policy to implement, so we're going to test 3,829 samples on each side. I just want to show you guys that before maybe it gets removed. Okay, so now we're testing. Okay, so we're going to say quarantine. I say block, quarantine, protect, quarantine, block, protect. Tetra is the engine, and that is pretty much that. Outbreak control. Okay, so that's our security settings. We're going to say save. It's going to say load, and that's it. Nice, quick, and easy. Not like Checkpoint taking forever. Okay, so we're going to hop back to our endpoints. Okay, so we should eventually see the anti-malware engine will say initializing. I'm not sure if the Cisco actually does anything. Okay, so now you can see it says it's initializing, so it's re-enabling the anti-malware. I think Cisco does as well. Not actually sure if there's a way to check it. Okay, so this is our dashboard. Protect malware test group. Okay, so it might be picking up threats already. Okay, so 100% compromised. Okay, so this is the overview of the Checkpoint dashboard. So with all honesty, I'm actually not sure if the Cisco is actually protected. I think because it does fairly quickly update its settings, so I would say I think we are protected. Okay. Checkpoint's already giving us obviously pop-ups, so that's a good thing. So we're gonna start the website test. Okay. Let's close all of that. So ignore it all. Yeah, so there's our little Checkpoint plugin. Okay, so I don't see any Cisco type of pop-ups. I'm not sure why that's enabled. Okay, so here at least we've got some pop-ups from Checkpoint. So yeah, so I can't really see that there's any website filtering protection for the Cisco client, even if I look at the policy. It's just set to block. let's maybe enable that. Use third-party definitions. Save. But yeah, so that's about that on the Cisco side. I don't think there's any real so these are the engines. I don't see any website protection. So I don't know really what to make of this. I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me. But yeah, so this is obviously new products for me as well. But yeah, which is actually kind of strange. Yeah, so I really don't know what to make of the website test. Okay, so let's just look at all these results. Okay, so we do have at least a couple of pop-ups from Checkpoint. Spyware. Okay, so I really don't know what to make of this malware website test. It's a little bit confusing. Okay, but now we are going to do the malware test. So I really hope Cisco is gonna stop this threats. Because at least we are getting pop-ups from Checkpoint, but I don't see any pop-ups from the Cisco endpoint. So I'm already worried that this thing is not going to do anything, or unless I made a mistake somewhere. But yeah, everything is enabled. Files to quarantine, block, quarantine, protect, block. So event history. Sorry guys, I just quickly jumped over to the dashboard just to make sure something's happening. So it seems like Cisco is definitely doing something, because we have policy update. It was definitely updated. But these detections are a little bit old. These are from previous, I think. So I'm actually not sure that it's actually doing anything. Okay guys, so I've got absolutely no idea why all of this malware is just opening up on the Cisco machine. It is extremely weird, because the last seen time is 2036, so it's definitely connecting to the portal. This is the policy, quarantine, block. And then if we do jump over, if we look at the event logs, it's definitely quarantining malware. So their information, malicious activity detected, malicious file detected, successful. So it's definitely quarantining malware, but I've got my doubts. I really got my doubts. But yeah, I'm gonna see what happens. Like I said, this is the first time I'm testing these products. I did obviously look at them beforehand, but this is the first time I'm actually running malware on the machine. So here we've got an error, quarantine of malicious file failed. So it's definitely trying, or seems to be protecting, but clearly has a hard time quarantining files. So 2038, this is now quarantine of malicious file successful. So we do jump back over to the dashboard. Okay, so there's definitely malware being reported in. So so this is an IOC tactics. So it's a defense evasion tactic. So this is nice about Cisco, is it does give you all of this information about the sample, which is pretty nice, I would say, because here you can see what other MITRE attack frame or whatever it could be using. So this is defense evasion, it's medium. I've got this one, so this is execution and defense evasion, so it's a Java. So MITRE attack, yeah, so defense evasion, techniques, masquerading, command. So this is, I must say, this is pretty nice information. Let's analyze this file. So Cisco is definitely doing something, so it's not like the protection's not enabled or anything. Okay, let's jump back. Okay, so let's quickly. So we are definitely seeing pop-ups from Checkpoint, so that's definitely happening. I have a really bad feeling about this regarding the Cisco machine. Okay guys, but yeah, I'm gonna attend to all this malware. Once there's anything interesting or something happens, I'll let you guys know, but I'm just gonna attend to this chaos. Oh yes, and just on a side note, you would notice that the anti-malware database did update successful on the Checkpoint, so I just wanted to point that out. Okie dokie guys, so the test is finally done, or let's say it's done for Checkpoint, but I'm ending the test prematurely for Cisco. The machine is unfortunately just giving way too much problems. As you guys can see, Explorer keeps on rebooting. The malware test kind of went a little bit further than halfway. It stopped and I had to restart it again, but yeah, it's just a complete and utter mess. So that might be someone that might be remotely connected to the machine sending me some messages. I'm just going to close what is currently open. Like I said, all of this I've already executed, so this is old malware that is opening up again. I also can't get to Explorer. As you guys can see, it's kind of rebooting on its own. So it is completely stuffed. We can maybe install that one that I've already installed. Okay, so I'm just closing all of this stuff. Okay, but yeah, as you guys can see, it keeps on restarting. So if we quickly look at what's running on this machine. Okay, so let's quickly have a look. So we've got all these ones. I might have clicked on some of them twice now. Just trying to get them open. But I must say the SSDs definitely helped with the test. Okay, while we're waiting for Cisco, let's quickly have a quick squiz at Checkpoint. So Checkpoint finished the test, and as you guys can see, there's actively no malware running, so this is really good. So this is really good to see. But I did notice there is a startup item, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we've got this one startup item. Okay, so one startup item, not bad at all. And as you guys can see, no threads running and the machine did not restart. That was a password for one of the malware. We obviously have Google Chrome that installed. Okay, so, oops, I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, so we've got this advanced word recovery program, we've got Chrome, and that's that. So far, good results from Checkpoint, I must actually say. Downloads, so seems like it might be like a honeypot file that Trend Micro might leave. Pictures, yeah, pictures seems good. That's really nice to see. Okay, we'll quickly jump over to Cisco. Okay, so we definitely have quite a couple of things here. Where is Edge? Edge. Where is Edge? Looks like Edge closed, guys. Okay, okay, cool. There's Edge again. Okay. Now, okay, so some of them, so this is red line, so obviously this is credential harvesting. Yeah, like even like deep in things like malicious, all capitals. Yeah, so definitely a couple of vendors not happy about this. Actually, quite a lot of vendors. Zone alarm, so there's checkpoint, so they're aware of this. Viper, Trend, Semantic, Security, Panda. So quite a lot of people are aware of this. Let's jump over to this one. So this is also a stealer. So naughty. Trojan stealer. So this is this Christmas tree. So I would have thought it might have been just a PUP, but yeah, some vendors are rating as PUP on that side. Application unwanted, so Exidium says it's an unwanted application and aware. So yeah, so this is the Christmas tree. So this is malicious. There I clicked on something. Okay, yeah, so it kind of gives us an idea of what's running on this machine. I did notice quite a couple of startup items. Let's see if Task Manager is going to stay open. Okay, cool. So now let's quickly look at our logs. Okay, so overview, that's our overview. It's advanced, it's a view personalized configure. Yeah, let's say view logs again. Okay, so now we've got this program since we're broken. So it seems like we've got a couple of startup items, but they are partially broken. But yeah, nonetheless, they're still showing here. So there's quite a couple here, if you guys can see. Okay, so this one seems legit. Temp. And you'll notice that Explorer keeps on rebooting. So I'm not sure if this machine is actually going to start up. I've got absolutely no idea. Okay, so now that we've got an indication of where we are, I'm gonna restart this machine like so, and then restart this one normal, and I'm gonna update them and then start the full scans. Okay everyone, so we are back. Now the full scan for checkpoint is complete, and I think you guys have already noticed what has happened on the left hand side. So now the scans are done. It's not showing any detections though, so we'll just quickly go back. So these are all the malware that we have obviously quarantined. So there's quite a number of threats in here. Okay, so these are the malware that's quarantined. So according to now, the system is clean. We do obviously get this pop-up, but we'll see if we get that after the restart. Now with Cisco, unfortunately, when I restarted, it didn't come back up again. So we obviously have a damaged boot partition. Now the test is done for Cisco, so I'm going to quickly restart the checkpoint machine and then get the third-party opinion scanners all up to date, run the scans, and then we'll wrap the test up. Okay, so now that the tests are done, so let's quickly look at Cisco. So obviously we've got no startup items, we've got absolutely no operating system. Okay, so now that we're done with Cisco, we're going to move over to checkpoint. Okay, so we still have this. We're just going to close that. Okay, according to Hetman Pro, no problems, which is always good to see. Norton has got one issue on the roaming Windows startup. So that's that program that starts up every time when you sign into your user account. Okay, ESET scan. I stopped the scan. So we've got 13 problems. So it was all in the recycle bin, I think. Okay, and that's public Windows Update XML, malware on the desktop. And yeah, okay, cool. So that's pretty much just that. Okay, and then MSASoft, I accidentally quarantined the threads. So this is the scan result. So also just malware in the desktop, I think. Then it didn't like the Komodo kill switch. Malware samples. So yeah, it's just malware on the desktop. And then malware bytes, also just 2 malware in the desktop. In the recycle bin. And yeah, so let's quickly finalize everything. Okay, let's quickly recap programs. So we still have this Windows. Most probably just uninstall that Chrome. And I think you should be good to go. Startup item, so it's just that one startup item, then obviously Chrome. Okay, documents are good, pictures are good. So yeah, I would say that's that from the test guide. So let's quickly wrap up on Cisco. Cisco really did well. On the UI side, I do like the fact that they show you what type of threat it is, where it shows what is it evasion, is it harvesting or anything like that. So that's pretty nifty to from the get-go see what type of threat you are dealing with. But unfortunately, Cisco could not survive the test and actually was a little bit disappointed. And then I actually want to just go back to the dashboard. Okay, so as you guys can see, it definitely reported in, definitely threats, 10,000 threats detected, network threats, quarantine, compromise. So it was definitely trying to protect the machine, but yeah, failed to do so. So here it's command and control, so that's CNC, exfiltration. So this for me is quite nifty. I would say this is pretty cool to see what type of threat you're dealing with. Command and control, execution, resource development, same. So this is CNC and exfiltration. So yeah, so this is pretty cool. I do like the way that they report into the console and the information that you have and things like that, but unfortunately the endpoint did not survive. Let's see what outbreak control. Okay. Anyway, let's move over to Trend Micro. Checkpoint. What's weird is none of the malware is showing in the dashboard, which is pretty odd. Let's go to security overview. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is what we need to look at. Host encountered malicious files. It's obviously just the one file scanned, cleaned, blocked, active. So yeah, Cisco does report a little bit more information, but obviously Checkpoint is clearly the winner. And I must actually say I'm actually quite impressed with Checkpoint. This is the first time I'm testing it. And yeah, it did actually really well. We've got one startup item. If you include Chrome, we've got two. Only 2 programs installed. No infection. So yeah, I would say really good results from Checkpoint. However, our background is black, but I think if we just fix it. Let's see if it does actually fix it. Yeah, cool. Wallpaper is back. Okay, guys. So yeah, so let me know what you guys thought about the test. I would say Checkpoint did really well and did really impress me. I must say, it did really good. Cisco not so good. Unfortunately, we have a failed system, but the dashboard seems to be pretty info rich. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the test. I'll be doing some more business tests. I'm still thinking of which products I want to put side by side. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the test, and then I'll catch you guys in the next test. And again, thanks for all the new subscribers and the current guys that's been with me from day one. I do really appreciate every single one of you, and thanks again for watching the videos and the likes. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.